Hello, welcome to News Review from BBC Learning English. I'm Tom. Joining me this morning is Catherine. Hi, Catherine.
Hello, Tom. Hello, everybody. Today's story is all about President Donald Trump's tax returns.
And don't forget, if you want to test yourself on today's vocabulary, you can go to bbclearningenglish.com to find a quiz. Now, let's listen to the audio clip from a BBC Radio 2 news bulletin.
The New York Times says it has 2 decades worth of President Trump's tax returns and they show chronic losses and serial tax avoidance. It says he only paid $750 in federal income taxes the year he became president. He's dismissed the reports as fake news.
So, a report in the New York Times in the United States gives an insight into Donald Trump's financial situation. Now, it says that he paid only $750 in tax in the year that he became US president. It also says that rather than making a lot of money, he's actually lost a great amount of money during the last few years. Now, Donald Trump says that this is a fake story.
It's fake news, yes, and we've got 3 words and expressions that you can use to talk about this story.
Yes, we have sink, lashes out, and sham.
Sink, lashes out, and sham. Catherine, let's take a look at your first headline, please.
Of course, we are starting in the United States with NBC News. Now, the headline goes like this. Trump lashes out at New York Times report alleging years of tax avoidance.
Lashes out. Criticizes someone angrily and suddenly.
Yes, lashes out. L-A-S-H-E-S, and the second word is out, O-U-T. It's a phrasal verb. The infinitive form is lash, L-A-S-H-O-U-T, lash out.
Lashes out. Now, are there any prepositions we can use with lash out?
Yes, you can lash out at somebody or something. You can lash out against somebody or something. And what you're doing when you lash out is you're showing anger. You're showing a lot of anger. You show it very quickly and very suddenly. Sometimes because you think that you're being attacked, and sometimes for no reason at all. I remember the other day, Tom, yes, I gave a tiny little suggestion for your programme, didn't I? You remember? I said, you had a lovely programme and I really enjoyed it. I just thought it was a bit heavy and 1 or 2 jokes might be a small improvement. I liked the programme, but a joke or 2 might be nice, remember?
Well, do you know what, Catherine? I'm just going to stop you there because sometimes people are tired, sometimes they're stressed, sometimes it's difficult to make a programme. And to be honest, I think you have lots of problems with your programmes anyway.
Ooh, okay, not another word from me then, Tom. There's no need to lash out
You can
like
see
that.
I was lashing out against you there. I was responding angrily and suddenly.
Yes, and I love all your programmes anyway, Tom. I was just joking.
So, I'm a person, President Trump is a person. Is it always people that lash out?
Often, but not always. You imagine, if you're a cat person, or if you know what cats can be like, 1 minute they're happy, the next minute they're trying to fight you and bite you. They lash out, often for no reason. And other animals can do it as well. So, yeah, a sudden attack that comes from nowhere is lashing out.
To lash out, to attack angrily and suddenly. Now we have some more videos on phrasal verbs, don't we?
We have loads of videos on phrasal verbs. To watch just one of them, click the link.
Click the link. Okay, Catherine, can we have our next headline, please?
Of course, we're going to The Guardian here in the UK now. The headline, Will the New York Times taxes report sink Donald Trump?
Sink. Cause to fail. Now, this isn't the main definition of sink.
No, we'll look at the main definition first and then we'll go to the definition we're looking at today. So sink is a verb, S-I-N-K. It means the main definition is when something falls to the bottom of something. So if the Titanic, for example, the famous ship, sank in the ocean, it went right to the bottom of the ocean.
So to sort of go to the bottom below the surface, right?
Exactly, below the surface is quite important in this definition. If you're baking a cake, you put your cake in the oven, it should rise, but sometimes it goes horribly wrong. And again, it moves right down to the bottom of the pan, and you have a horrible cake, which is soggy and horrible. So sinking in its main meaning means going to the bottom. And we have to say that, that cake would be a failure. And that is the second definition of sink that we're looking at today. To sink means to fail.
Now, sink is an irregular verb, isn't it?
It is, yeah. The past of sink is sank. The past participle is sunk.
So what is the headline saying about President Trump?
So if something sinks you, it causes your failure.
So is sink just for people?
No. Organizations can sink, projects can sink, or events can sink projects. So businesses, projects, ideas, lots of things can sink. If it can succeed, it can sink.
If it can succeed, it can fail, it can sink. It can fail very strongly. Thank you, Catherine. And we've got another video about a famous sinking, don't we?
Yes, we do. We mentioned the Titanic just before. We have a video about the Titanic. Just click the link to watch it.
Catherine, can we have your next headline, please?
Yes, we're back in the US now. We're at CNN and the headline is Tax Bombshell Reveals Trump's Image is a Sham.
Sham, something intended to trick or deceive people.
Yes, this is a noun, S-H-A-M, sham. Now, if something is a sham, it's fake, it's not real, it's a trick, it's an illusion. CNN are saying that Donald Trump's image that he's created of himself as successful, tax-paying, making lots of money, they're saying actually he didn't make much money at all. In fact, he lost money and he didn't pay much tax. So they're saying his image is fake, it's not real, it's a sham.
It's a sham, it's a big sham, it's a fake. This is what the news story says. Donald Trump says this is fake news. Now, is sham always a noun?
We can use it in an adjective sense as well. If we put it before another noun, then we can use it as an adjective, like sham marriage or sham wedding, for example.
So a sham marriage or a sham wedding would be one which is fake. For example, I suppose people, if you marry a citizen of a country for a visa, this would be a sham marriage, right?
Yeah, it's a kind of marriage where people, they don't know each other, they come together, they get married, and then they go away, they never see each other again, so that this person can get a visa, or sometimes they live together for a short amount of time, but not as a married couple, and then they split up, and the person has a visa, and sometimes the other person gets some money for it. But it's all fake. The marriage is fake, it's a sham.
A sham marriage, a sham wedding, sham gifts, it's
sham
all
cake.
A big sham.
Exactly.
Great. Okay, Catherine, could you please recap today's vocabulary?
Yes, we had sink, cause to fail. We had lashes out, criticises someone angrily and suddenly. And we had sham, something intended to trick or deceive people.
Don't forget that you can test yourself on today's vocabulary on the website bbclearningenglish.com. We are all over social media too. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.